Great. Please tell me about your time in Australia. And when you went, how long you went, that type of thing.
I was there for 5 months. I attended the College of William and Mary for undergrad, and even though I stressed about it, they found me a scholarship and a way to get over there for a tuition exchange in fall of 2000, my senior year, and I stayed for 5 months and went to school at University of Adelaide. In Adelaide.
Well, I know one thing. That's one thing that a lot of people stop. They figure, I don't have money to study abroad. So you're saying that you were able to study abroad for basically the same tuition expense that you were using over here?
Yep, that was my biggest stress because I was on scholarship at William and Mary and grants and a little bit of loans. So I just had all these financial reasons that I thought I could never just up and go to Europe and all these places that I hear other people going. But since I was a tour guide, a lot of parents gave me the advice like I should go to different people or go to my multicultural services and find out if there are any scholarships, because they told me about direct tuition exchanges, and that means that you pay the same amount you're paying in a foreign country as you would to be going to school in your country, and also all of your grants and scholarships apply.
Well, I have heard nothing but good things about Australia. In fact, I just ran into someone at my local Costco who has just returned from Australia, and they just had a marvelous time. So how did you decide to go to Australia? How did you select that country?
Well, once I found out that I could, have the direct tuition exchange and money wasn't a problem anymore, I decided if William and Mary was going to pay, I wanted to go as far as possible, and I didn't want to have to speak a new language.
Okay. Well, I think that's probably one of the big things. They speak English, even though it's different English, but at least it's English, and you can get along on your American English there. So, where were you? You were in Adelaide. Okay. So now, can you tell us, for the geographically challenged, where in Australia is Adelaide?
Okay, Adelaide is a little bit west of Melbourne, right on, Melbourne would be like the southeastern tip.
Okay.
And you go around on the little peninsula, and there's Adelaide, very small city.
Okay, I've heard of it, but I'm ignorant as to where it exactly is. So you went abroad, you had your same money that you would have used at the College of William and Mary. Mm-hmm. Was budgeting a struggle for you at all, or how did you have to have your parents send you money, or were you able to go and have the money that you needed without any input from anyone else?
Well, actually the money thing is a little bit of a funny story, because what I thought was supposed to be my spending money was actually money I was supposed to use for my room and board, like a scholarship, and it was $3,000. So I'm thinking, wow, they must really want me to have a good time. Well, I used that money for the 5 months, and thanks to the mighty U.S. dollar in 2000, everything was half price. So I had a great time. I traveled, and that's how I had enough money to visit my friend in Japan. And when I got back after my whirlwind tour, which was also around my 21st birthday, happy birthday to me, I had to pay back the room and board money and charge it to a credit card.
Oh, well, at least you were able to work it out then.
Yeah. They were really open about it. They thought it was kind of funny, actually, that it happened, since I didn't know any better. So it was not a big deal at all.
So now, did you go with other William and Mary students, or did you?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. This one wasn't a program. We just all kind of chose on our own. But there were 2 other people that I found out, were from my school, and ended up bumping into them every now and then. But we weren't placed together or anything like that.
Okay. And then basically, how did you decide what curriculum you were going to follow? Did the college that accepted you determine that, or?
Actually the opposite. My school decided what I could do. William and Mary was really strict. We weren't supposed to ever travel abroad our senior year, but I got special permission from the head of my psychology department.
I was going to say, fall of senior year, that was sort of pushing it, right?
Yeah, they want to make sure they keep their, graduating 4 years statistics high, so they wanted my guarantee that I wasn't going to come back and or stay there a year, and I guess they knew how much fun I was going to have there, so they thought I wouldn't come back and graduate, and which was true, but I made sure, I planned it from beginning of junior year to make sure that the classes that I would have left to take, I could take week over there.
And then, so they accepted full academic credit for you for your coursework over there?
And that was another thing of William and Mary. Like, they really, a lot of schools and the people I met there from the States, their schools were giving them like this really crazy grade scale, which was like 70 and above is an A. And so a lot of people went there, had fun, and brought up their GPAs.
Oh.
William and Mary didn't play around, so they were like credit or no credit.
Yeah. Well, basically, I think the impression is when you go abroad, you're going to go and have fun. You're not going to be spending as much time as you would have spent on your American courses, and they do give you a hard time on that GPA.
Yep.
But so your courses were pretty much on a pass-fail basis?
Yes,
and
they were.
So they wouldn't count into your GPA anyway?
Nope.
Okay, all right.
But they counted enough for me to graduate on time.
Yeah. Which is what matters. What was your undergraduate major?
I had a BS in psychology.
Okay. And so in terms of immunizations and things like that for your study abroad, did you require anything special?
Australia I did. Australia, because it was through the schools, they had a lot of criteria you have to do. So I went to but it was all taken care of in university campus with my university financial aid and health insurance.
Okay.
But yeah, so everything was taken care of, and I didn't have to do anything special since they're a pretty developed country.
And what did you think of the Australian food? What did you like?
Actually, like, they have a big Greek influence there, so it was I still haven't had better lamb in my life. Like, they made the gyros, or gyros sometimes it's called. Like, someone brought a spit and, like, made the best lamb I've had in my life when we were watching, like, an Aussie Rules football game.
Oh, that sounds good. I love lamb, and yeah, I don't think in the United States it's not a desirable meat, I guess, over here, but other countries seem to do it pretty well. So, were there foods that you missed when you were over there, or did you have basically an American-type diet?
My diet was pretty American. Like, they have just a lot of different versions or just takes on the food that we eat here. Like, their hamburger would just have strange toppings on them or something like that. But I was pretty much the same diet. I lost a lot of weight because there was less of whatever that they put in things here in this country. I guess high fructose corn syrup or whatever. So
oh, yeah.
diet there helped me lose like 15 pounds.